And we're back, YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate that. Today, let's review Intruder of Antiquonia. A young woman is found by the side of the road of a small town. She has no memory of who she is and why she's there. And this is the start of a quest to uncover the past. Although a memory loss story is sort of a tried and trusted trope in video games, I found the setup quite intriguing. Although later on it turns into this somewhat confusing conspiracy tale that left me scratching my head. So, a great setup, but the story sort of derails quite quickly. Still, I enjoyed exploring the Spanish-looking town of Antiquonia, and the art is quite charming, although animations are a little bit stiff and simple throughout. That was a little bit disappointing. There's no voice acting, but the game has some nice instrumental tunes throughout the screens that you will go through. There's no voice acting in the game, so it depends on dialogue that can be quite stiff and aimless, and some of the characters you meet early on have very little to say until later on in the game as the plot progresses, which feels a bit unnatural. It's a fairly simple game in terms of its puzzling. You pick up certain items along the way that you can combine sometimes or use in the environments, and that's pretty much it. There's some other puzzles to be solved. It's quite clear what needs to be done, but the whole thing sort of feels detached from the actual plot. I feel that some of the story and progression was lost in translation from, I think, Spanish to English. So where does this game leave us? Well, if you're looking for a point-and-click adventure game with great storytelling and smart puzzles, look elsewhere. On the other hand, if you're looking for a relaxing and charming experience for a few hours, then there's some fun to be had here. I think the developers sort of bit off more than they actually could chew. There's something to be said for the KISS rule. Keep it super simple. If the story was a little bit more personal, if it wasn't rushed, if it wasn't confusing, I think there's a lot to be said about a amnesia sort of situation and uncovering somebody's past. But again, it would have been nice if the whole thing would have been a little bit more personal and just a little bit more contained rather than sort of going all out on a conspiracy and what else. So again, there is some talent here. I'm looking forward to what comes next for these developers. As it stands, well, it's a fun little experience. Thanks guys for watching, and see you next time.